Look like big techs with them things on. Woo! We're back on site this morning, and evidently I can just put the camera away. Is that right?
Yeah, you don't even have to film anything today. Jaime already talked about 40 minutes this morning,
right.
so you got a full video. It's not even 9 o'clock
Okay,
yet.
we'll get that sent over and go ahead and play what he said. I have no idea.
It's all right here. I pretty much got it all.
Okay, I'll go home. I'll go skiing.
We're building a little gable end wall inside now because once we vaulted the ceilings, those gable end walls became necessary. And they didn't exist before. We decided to do a 20-inch on center layout and put them in between the existing framing members so they don't run into anything, because all the other spacings in here are wacky and we can't seem to find a unified number to go with. So we have a layout on the bottom plate, or actually it's a beam, and we're transferring that up to the top plate with a level, and we're just cutting them to fit. This wall right here, I found out, is a little bit floppy. And I'll get Jason to demonstrate what's going on here. Give that a little pushy there, guy. All right, a little bit of movement there. And we're gonna build an extension of this wall all the way up to the bottom of the roof. And what we're gonna do is get this thing straightened out and then attach it in place. So I'm gonna sight it a little bit here. Looks like it's bowing in a little bit. So it's gonna need to come back out to you. Back out, back out, back out, back out. A little more, a little more, a little more, right, a little tiny bit more.
I'm hitting that part.
That's good. That's good.
Yep.
Yep, hit it. Yep. We're doing something a little different. We're gonna attach our top plate to the bottom of what is the roof now, these boards. And we only have about 1 inch of thickness to nail through, so we're gonna be using some, where'd I put them? Yeah, some short nails.
I thought you just got me putting them in.
Yeah, no, I did. You know, I don't remember. Anyway, we're using 2 3/8
Where's Erik
nails,
at?
and we're gonna just shoot about 100 in each board. And there you go, shorter gun nails instead of screws or long framing nails. That's gonna make it easy. This side makes a little more sense because the studs are actually on 16-inch layout, and we're just continuing that layout straight above so that any kind of finished material like drywall can get nailed or screwed on easily without any thinking about where it's crossing the top plate. It's switching to a different layout, like this wall over here. See, right there, switches to a different layout. 16-inch centers, something else.
I do have one question for you, Jason.
Oh gosh, what'd I do now?
Well, these nails that I see nailed straight up, I hope those are not 3-inch nails.
Are they not supposed to be?
Right out the top of the roof.
Oh crap.
Are you joking me?
Jaime!
What?
You didn't tell me to change the nails on the gun. I was shooting 16s through that top plate.
Oh, really? Be careful when you walk on the roof, because, you know, spikes.
Are you joking me?
I don't know, are we?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know, are we?
No, all right. They're messing with me. Okay, they got it figured out. I was just double checking.
Dude,
I've seen this
or
happen
Huey.
before. I don't know. All right.
Hey, listen. He thinks that we're as stupid as I think when I show up and y'all are doing something stupid.
All right, they got it figured out. I'm just double checking. All right.
Now, these toenails I can use 16s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, these
All
are
right.
put in with 8s.
Okay. Jono and I are going to get started putting in this door. We're going to have to cut an opening in the wall over there and put a new header. Much the same way we put this header in, except I think we'll go below the double top plate because this is only 80 inches. So we need 80 and a half clear. High. 72 is the actual on this one, Jaime.
Yo,
Heads up!
what are you doing? Hold up. Oh, you already cut that.
Yeah. Everything good?
Beating up Amy's most prized possession.
Oh, the compressor's right there.
That's what we're looking for. That looks good, right?
That's beautiful. I'm gonna pull this stud, make sure there's no like weight on it before I do. Doesn't feel like there is. Yeah, it's good.
a hammer in this side. There it is. So we are changing a lot of things structurally in this little house, and one thing of note is this gable end wall that used to have ceiling joists attaching the wall back to the other part of the house, making it strong. So something I wanted to check is this wall going to move in and out, you know? And this one actually is pretty stiff, so the top plate running through there is strong enough to give it enough lateral resistance that it's not going to be floppy like a trampoline or something.
Yeah, because that's a hinge point right there, that double top plate, since those don't run all the way up.
It definitely is, and we're not really adding anything else that's going to supplement that kind of, you know, resistance of that motion. Now, if you had a bigger wall, the problem is worse, right?
Yes.
And what I would do if you had to do that is you could double these studs on the outside or on the inside of the wall here and run it all the way in one piece, top to bottom. That would kind of bridge that hinge point and give you a lot of stiffness, or add a horizontal beam like something big and really strong.
Yeah, and you could even add it on the inside surface as like an accent, like a timber.
Sure.
That you bolt to the wall either vertically or horizontally right across that plate. And it's supposed to look like an accent, but really it's a structural addition to keep the wall from moving. You remember the one house we saw where it moved like 6 inches?
Mm-hmm. That was a problem.
I mean, it's no big deal, unless the wind blows. They're going to reuse these ceiling joists as the new rafter ties or collar ties here, but they were a little bit short of going all the way wall plate to wall plate. So Jaime and the guys are going to just stick it up till it hits the bottom of the roof sheathing, and then use a big stick to just level it so it's like even side to side.
That's right.
And go with it.
Well, that way there's no real thinking happening here, you know?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Man. Not that this thing looked amazing before we tore it apart, but it looked pretty good.
You wouldn't have known how bad it was.
It's if I wasn't already like experienced with some of this, I would say it's surprising how much stuff can be really rotten and you don't even see it.
Yeah, and the house is just standing here fine.
Looks fine. Totally good. Not.
Hey, I got some bad news.
What in the world is going on here?
That's the bad news. I was sawzalling down this and didn't realize that window was leaned right there.
And you just sawed right through it.
And didn't even know it.
And the glass.
I was on the inside.
You know, I've cut a lot of things with the Sawzall. Innumerable. But I've never just straight up tried to slice a piece of glass in half.
Well, I didn't know I did it, and I know that they were thinking of reusing this for something, but this one's shot. This is a really old window, and it's just held in by this caulk-like material here, and we're thinking it's called glazing.
I think it is.
It's not an actual wooden stop or anything like that.
I think it's like a putty that would get troweled into place, actually. I think the profile of it would like a tiny little trowel, and it would, hold the glass in place. As a matter of fact, I think if my history is right, this was one of the first products, or maybe the product that Sashco, the company that we get Lexel and Big Stretch from, I think this is what they used to make.
That makes sense. Sashco.
Sash. It has something to do with that.
It's all coming together.
I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm sorry, everybody. Pretty neat, though.
It's called glazing compound.
Okay.
What, are you some kind of expert on it?
No, he's got his phone out.
I thought that guy's name was Wes Sashko.
The first recorded use of glazing in windows was by the Romans in the 1st century AD.
Nice.
Who's the first person to glaze a donut?
I think Mr. Duncan was the first one. Yeah.
I thought it was Crispy.
Oh, maybe
Mr. Crispy, probably him.
Yeah.
It didn't break.
While it's nice and warm today, we're going to go ahead and put concrete in the footings for the porch. And you'll notice they're really, really deep because they got inspected, and the inspector told Ben he needed to dig an extra 6 inches deeper. And then Ben went and dug like a foot deeper on all of them just to be safe. So they should be good to go now.
We're taking a quick break to tell you about today's video sponsor, AG1.
And it's Saturday morning here in Waynesville. We've got our big basketball tournament for the end of the year travel league starting in just a few minutes. I got to head down the road. So I'm going to kick my day off with my AG1. I'm going to show you my morning routine here. I've got the big jug of AG1. Also comes in travel packs, like if I'm on the road. So I'm going to take 1 scoop of the greens powder. It's got 75 minerals, adaptogens, and other good stuff in there. I'm going to mix it with some water, and I mix it a little stout. They say to mix it with more water than I do, but I like the taste, and that looks good there. I'll mix it up a little bit. All right, pretty simple. Got it mixed up, put it down. That's it. That's gonna help me feel way better throughout the day. My energy is definitely way up. It's almost like a caffeine feeling that really lasts longer than the caffeine lasts. I also drink some coffee. And also it helps support my immune system. You can tell I got a little bit of a crud going on right now. And that's because I'm around a bunch of kids. Just routinely, kids are sick. You probably know this. So if you're trying to get back in a healthy swing this spring as it gets warmer, I'd really recommend checking out AG1. Give it a shot, see how you feel. And if you want to do that, just click the link down in our video description, or I'll put it down here on the screen as well. You'll get 5 free travel packs if you use that link, and a year's supply of the G3K2, which I really like as well. And I just want to say thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring this video. Let's go Waynesville basketball. Let's get back to work.
I talked to Ben about painting because I was like, hey, do you want to paint this? And then I was like, no, we have to paint this.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why?
Of course. Dude, we got to have that wow factor, the before and after. Hello.
Oh.
Everybody knows that.
Wow about painting.
Everybody that makes YouTube videos knows that.
We'll have Ben paint it.
No.
We'll film it.
Yeah. No, I told him it has to look good when it's done.
He can do just good.
I don't know.
Dude, the way his wife puts that icing on those
Yeah,
pastries.
get
boy.
her to do it. Maybe she'd do a great job.
We're finally getting the rest of the window openings checked out. We're going to remove the old windows, put new ones in, of course. And we're noticing that a lot of these headers are not headers. That's what I want to say.
That's right.
This is a load-bearing wall. The rafters are bearing weight on this, and there's no header and no cripple. And that's just very interesting that double top plate held the weight. I guess it worked. But we're going to add solid headers and just fill that solid.
That's right. But over here, we are not, even though it's exactly the same.
Yes, that is
Because-
not load-bearing.
Yeah, it's not. And now I would like to maybe add 1 stud in the middle there, a little cripple stud.
Yeah.
That would be logical to do. But you know what? This thing has been standing here for a very long time with no structural headers.
What I would say is that these boards, the sheathing, is
Yeah.
sort of acting like a header as it goes across and it's nailed to the studs.
Yeah.
That does add some strength to it, even though in modern framing, the sheathing layer doesn't count for any kind of strength. But if you add solid sheathing across a big opening and you have a big piece of it, it does act like an I-beam almost.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
like the framing can't sag in the middle because it's all nailed together.
That's right.
That's how it works, whether they say it does or not. We're working our way around the house with the zip panel sheathing, and where it meets the roof, we're having to notch it around all these rafters, which is kind of hard to do. So what we're doing is just holding the piece up, marking where the rafters are, then cutting that out, and then cutting the depth what it needs to be, and then putting it in. That way we can get it in one shot. I feel like that's probably the easiest way. It also doesn't hurt that we can nail this anywhere. This is kind of a rare situation where the entire wall we're putting the panels up on, you can nail to it. So we can break these anywhere and use up scraps pretty easily.
Yeah. And these notches around the rafters don't have to be ultra precise,
No.
because the siding and trim will be those precise cuts. And,
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
don't waste your time because the ones I'm seeing right
Jason,
now are just...
Close your eyes and cut. Duke Energy came and killed power to this a few days ago, so now we can pull it off of the wall surface. We can get our zip boards behind that, and maybe even side behind it, and then reattach it.
Yeah.
And actually, right now, the pipes are all leaning in pretty much, so I think that'll just be straighten them up.
I know they like use these for security or something to make sure nobody got in these, but I have never seen this many of them in one place. Like, what is going on here?
The guy was saying that it's because they've shut the power off because it didn't get paid so many times.
No
Like,
way.
These are little insulator sleeves that went on the meter base so that when they put it back in,
It wouldn't make
it
contact.
wouldn't make contact and you had no power. So somebody didn't pay the
Wow.
power bill like a dozen times or more.
Holy moly.
These nails are a little bit tricky here, so I'm using this as an extra spacer for my cat's paw to kind of get a little more throw on it. And then it's able to pull these all the way out like that. And we should be able to get our new sheathing back in there.
I mean, it just about needs to get worked in. Like,
Window removal time. And there is not much holding these, is what I can tell you just from that right there. I think it's just the face trim only. You got the weight of it, Jay?
Sure.
Okay, I got a hand on it here. Ooh!
That bottom set's gonna
Yeah. You want us to take it? Yep. Is the top shaft gonna fall out?
I don't know.
It might. No, it's in there. Yeah, it's gonna.
It's gonna, yeah.
Yeah,
You want us to
'cause
pull
this
that
is-
leg out?
Yeah.
Let it. Some shims there.
It's locked. Somebody locked the
Oh,
window.
It's got a screw in there right there.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's pinned in.
There you go.
No, it's not.
Okay, let me just get rid of this.
Yep. Shades and all, huh?
There you go.
The Bosch baby laser's running here.
And Jamie's getting some marks so that we can run this first piece of zip panel level. And these are just reference marks. I'm assuming you'll measure down from that to the bottom of our board that's
right.
existing.
That's right. I don't know why
Because
it's
it's
not.
not set at the same height as the bottom.
I'm gonna spin it around.
It's making a
little bit
nice
here.
line on your face.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I meant to bring out the big laser, but I forgot. I'd feel better about it though if we had the big laser.
Can you really see that?
No. No, I do barely
Okay.
actually. Yeah, I really. It's actually right there.
Okay. Getting this furred up with a couple different thickness and layers of things to equal 4 inches thick. You like my slow jig? We're just gonna give you a little instructional video on how to use the zip system tape here. First off, take off your glove.
I told Genius, I go, here, hold this right here so I can pull it through. But no, he wanted to be the hero and do it with his gloves on. Now he just wasted $14 of zip tape.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I got it. We're good.
Now is your other glove gonna come off? Take that bad. That's on me.
Yep. Nah.
Ray finally tore that off. It's driving him nuts.
I don't know how you were just shooting it. Was it just dangling around, just trying to...
I was seeing how long you could go without losing your mind.
Felt like Jono for a second.
We've pulled all these windows out now, and I am shocked at how little was holding all these windows in. It was 3 finished nails on each side through the face trim.
That's it.
And the face trim was like somewhat attached to the window jamb. That was it. Just hanging there. Literally pulled them out with no effort.
Yeah, Ray, do that. Do that, Ray.
Ooh, Jamie, this is only 35 inches. We need 38.
Come on, man. I measured it. It's a 36-inch door.
And it's a 35-inch rough opening.
You know what? I bet it's a 32-inch door.
Okay.
But I bet I bought a 36-inch.
I know you bought a 36 new one.
I would have had to special order the 32.
Yeah.
And it was going to be like 3 times as much money.
For
That's
4
what
inches
happened.
less door.
That's what it was.
All right, well, we got a little bit of framing work to do here then.
Yeah, you do.
We need to gain 3 inches, so I'd say just blow both these jacks off.
Yeah.
We'll cut these back to jacks, add new kings. That's all we got to do.
Got a little wide there, guys.
Yeah, I got off track a little bit. I'm going to start a new line and come back up to it.
Fine.
Ooh, a little over now, 38 and a half. But that will work. A little extra. Let's see if this is centered.
Yeah.
If we could pack a half inch one side or the other.
Totally pack a half. Pack a half. Pack a half. What's going on?
I got 114 1/4. It may not be centered at all, even close.
It's supposed to be.
113 3/4. So it
Good
is
right cut.
What does it look like on the deck?
6.5 of this slab sticking by there and only 5.5 there. So maybe we should pack
That's right.
this side, even though it'll make it more off center on the house.
Yep.
It'll center it more on
I
that.
would do that.
Sozzle, sozzle,
I would
sozzle.
do it. That's what I would do.
Dude, it slammed me right in the face. Dude, blow me in the nose, bro.
Okay. I don't think you can say that.